Seems you're up and ready for some more Pink Floyd Yappin. I hope you're ready. Yeah, today well, don't know why I say today, but previously I left off on Wish You Were Here, a great album, if I say so myself. But yeah, so that being released in 1975, our next one on the roster is Animals at 1977. And so, Animals, probably another one of my favorite albums, is, let's see, I believe it is only 5 songs. Yes, only 5 songs. But they make up for this by making 3 of them 10 minutes plus. Um, but yeah, and so after the big success of, well, Dark Side of the Moon and Wish You Were Here, it was a couple years, and I mean, it's always mostly been a couple years after the last album to the next one for Pink Floyd. Like Dark Side of the Moon, 1973, Wish You Were Here, 1975, but yeah, so 1977, Animals. So, Animals is kind of an album about, I guess, the different casts of life. We got the dogs who are, I think, maybe mercenaries or something like that. They're dangerous. Not quite the government, but not just a citizen either. They're doing the dirty work for the government. Um, and then there's sheep, which is the people, as or portrays the people, and well, how people are sometimes called sheep. And then there is pigs, 3 different ones. Well, it's kind of about the parliament or the government or those folks. At least that's what I think it is. Considering Pink Floyd, they weren't really scared to show their thoughts on, well, politics. But yeah, so there are 2 other songs in this album. One being, well, they're both called Pigs on the Wing. The first one, Pigs on the Wing 1, and then the second one being Pigs on the Wing 2. But yeah, so those are kind of the intro and outro to the album. Um, Pigs on the Wing 1, I believe, being they have somewhat similar lyrics, with being, however, they are also opposite. But yeah, those lyrics being in the first one or in the second one. I can never decipher between the two. But one of them goes, I know that you care what happens to me, and I know that I care for you. And then, yeah, the other one being, let's see, sorry. Yes, if you didn't care for me, and I didn't care for you. Unfortunately, the other lyrics are getting away from me at this moment. But yeah, one of them opens, you know, one of them closes. But it's pretty neat how they made them opposites of each other. Maybe saying, I know that the government cares for me, and then after you go through the album and get to Pigs on the Wing 2, saying, if you didn't care for me and I didn't care for you, maybe the singer or the person in this album realizing that they weren't cared for, but just speculation. Yeah, so I believe after Pigs on the Wing, part 1, it goes into Dogs, which was originally called You've Gotta Be Crazy. Well, starting off with the lyrics, you've gotta be crazy, gotta have a real need. And so, this song used to be, I believe, shorter than initially, before its release. But it was first played, I think, a year or two before the album was released at a concert. But originally, the band thought this song is too fast, too, we need to make it longer and maybe slow it down a little bit. And so that's what they did. I can't quite remember what it clocked in at then, but it is now 17 minutes, I believe. Maybe 17 minutes, 41 seconds. I don't know if you want to get down to the nitty gritty. But yeah, so I think this song, is about, well, being hired, maybe secret agent by the government or whoever the big bad is in this case. And kind of talking about maybe their regrets or maybe just what goes on or how you gotta be prepared with, well, the lyrics. As I said before, you've got to be crazy. You've got to have a real need. Gotta sleep on your toes when you're on the street. Got to be able to pick out the easy meat with your eyes closed. And so with those lyrics, it's kind of cements the fact, like, you always gotta keep an eye out and, make sure you have an eye on your target. But yeah, and then continuing let's see, so we left off. You've got to be able to get the easy mute with your eyes closed. Then it goes, then moving and silently downwind and out of sight. You've got to strike when the moment is right, without thinking. And so, you gotta know when the moment is right to strike. And then, I think it talks about getting cocky, maybe having a little too much confidence with the lyrics. And after a while, you can work on points for style, like the club tie and the firm handshake, certain look in the eye, an easy smile. So, with those lyrics, it's kind of like maybe they've gotten so good at it that they try to learn tricks to make it less boring. Or maybe that's just what they're trained to keep things unexpected. But yeah, and then it goes into, let's see, you have to be trusted by the people that you lied to, so that when they turn their backs on you, you get the chance to put the knife in. And so there, it's obviously like, maybe not obviously, but kind of saying like, you've got to have another identity to get your target to trust you. But once they do trust you and you've built that friendliness, the mission's about done and you can, take them out. So, after those lyrics, it goes into a little guitar solo. Let's see. Honestly, Dogs is my favorite song, but unfortunately, I can't remember everything. Or, maybe second favorite song. It's hard to choose. But, yeah. And then, so it's a more higher energy guitar solo. Then it kind of slows down. And it turns into more acoustic guitar than electric. And with that, after the little solo there, it turns into the lyrics come back. With let's see. Sorry. Believe it's no. Sorry. I I can't remember for some reason. At least how it starts off. Um, I do remember, like, right after it goes, you will reap the harvest you have sown. And as the fear grows, the bad blood slows and turns to stone. And it's too late to lose the weight you used to need to throw around. So, yeah, it's not coming to me right now. It's too late to lose the weight you used to need to throw around. So, as you go down all alone, dragged down by the stone, stone, stone. And I know I missed a few lyrics. Listen to me yapping here, and I can't remember the lyrics. But yeah, and so after that, it kind of goes into there's like a synth, the kind of sound, and a little bit of drums in the background, like a ta 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 da ba 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 ta ta. But yeah, and so it goes on like this for a few minutes. Um, and every now and then you can hear the sounds of dogs barking in the background, given the song title, Dogs. But yeah, and then honestly, I'd say this little instrumental segment is probably my favorite part of the song. I don't know why that is, but it just sounds really good to me. But yeah, then a little, well, after the instrumental flows on, the acoustic guitar starts back up again. With let's see if I can recreate this well. A little ba da ba bum 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 ba dum bum bum ba dum bum 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 bum. Probably not the most accurate, but yeah. So then the lyrics start to come back in. Maybe talking about how they realize they've been used, by whoever they were working for to get their job done, and were kind of thrown away. But yeah, the lyrics to maybe prove that, at least the way I think, is gotta admit, I'm a little bit confused. And sometimes it seems to me as if I'm just being used. So, yeah, with those lyrics, that's kind of why I think it gives off that message of, they're being used. And yeah, but then they talk about, I gotta wake myself up, like, see what was really going on with the lyrics. Gotta try and wake up. Gotta try and shake off this creeping malaise. If I don't stand my own ground, how can I find my way out of this maze? And so, obviously, I think they're talking about sticking up to their employer. And, if they don't, then maybe they'll lose themselves. Yeah, and then they go on a little rant about the higher ups, the deaf, dumb, blind. You just keep on pretending that everyone's expendable and no one has a real friend. And it seems to you the thing to do is to isolate the winner. Everything's done under the sun, but you believe at heart everyone's a killer. Yeah, just realized I did miss some lyrics like way earlier, but yeah, and then um, maybe they're talking about the higher ups believe, nobody is really a good person, and everyone at heart's a killer. And so it goes into a little, after the lyrics, a little sporadic, more high energy electric guitar. And, after this next little instrumental section, goes into maybe they're talking about themselves now. But yeah, with the lyrics, who was born in a house full of pain, who was trained not to spit in the fan, who was told what to do by the man, who was given a pat on the back. Or, wait. Who was, let's see, given collar and chain. Oh yeah, who's given collar and chain, who was given a pat on the back, who was breaking away from the pack. Ah, shoot, I was missed, or I missed, who was broken by trained personnel. No, that's in there somewhere. Very sorry that this is all mixed up. But yeah, so who's breaking away from the pack? Who is only a stranger to home? Who was found dead in the end? Who was found dead on the phone? Who was dragged down by the stone? Who was dragged down by the stone? And it ends there with little drums in the background and the, well, let's see, kind of a drawn out note on the guitar. But yeah, and so that was Dogs. As I said, favorite or second favorite song But yeah, then we'll move on to sheep, sheep, sheep. And so sheep is, well, kind of talking about the average population. And, well, I can't really remember the lyrics for this one too well either. But it starts off with a little bit of keyboard, a little do 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 do, boo doo boo, boo doo boo, bum 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 bum. But yeah, a little instrumental to start it off. And there's a little bit of electric guitar in the background. And then it kind of starts to, well, start up a little couple beats on the drum, and the lyrics start harmlessly passing your time in the grassland away. And let's see. Yeah, no, I don't know why I can't remember the lyrics now. Let's see. And then, another little set of lyrics, and then better watch out. There may be dogs about. And then, maybe I think it goes. Uh, let's see. Speaking of idiots, you'll follow the leader down well-trodden corridors into the valley of steel. Uh, let's see. Yeah, shoot. Then, well, sorry for the silence. It goes, well, from what I can remember. Let's see, what a surprise. The look of terminal shock in your eyes. Now things are really what they seem. This is not a bad dream. And so, with this one, after these lyrics, it goes into another little solo, or another little instrumental, not necessarily a solo, but yeah, and so it's a very high energy, um, but eventually it fades down into slower, sounding song. Um, I don't know. I guess the one part I did forget with the song starting, you can also hear the sounds of sheep uh, bleeding. BLEAT, not BLEED. But yeah, and so goes into there's a little section of spoken word where I think it's a prayer or something. Know that I definitely don't remember how it goes, but then I can hear more of a synthy sounding noise as the music kind of rises back to its energy, the higher energy. And so, with that, the song kicks back up again, and the lyrics, bleating and babbling. We fell on his neck with a scream. Wave upon wave of demented Avengers march stupidly out of obscurity and into the dream. Then I think it just goes, have you heard the news? The dogs are dead. You better stay home and do what you're told. Get out of the road if you want to grow old. So, you may think, maybe the sheep in this situation thought they broke free, but really fell under the rule of somebody maybe just as bad. Maybe they're being told the dogs are dead by the dogs. But, you know. But, yeah, then it fades out with the same high energy. Let's see if I can do this one justice. Yeah, kind of fades out with that. But, and a little history, I guess, on that song too is originally it was titled Raving and Drooling. Not quite sure why it was called that, considering I'd imagine that's something more fit for dogs, but oh well, I'm not the one who titled these. Yeah, and then we get into pigs, three different ones. But yeah, that one I think is talking about the government and, well, kind of calling out their, excuse my French, yes. But yeah, and so unfortunately, I do not know a lot of lyrics about that one. But it starts off with, well, the sounds of. Actually, I don't think it starts off with the sound of pigs, but another high-ish energy song, not quite as much as sheep, but in the middle there, it's there's you can hear the sounds of squealing pigs and a little electric guitar in the background, a little da da dun dun da 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 ba da bum bum ba da ba dum ba da bum ba da ba dum ba da bum bum ba da ba dum. But the lyrics I do remember is "Hey you, White House, haha, charade you are. You house proud town mouse, haha, charade you are." I think it's radiate cold shards of broken glass. But yeah, and so it's kind of funny because you see, at first I thought I was talking about the White House in the U.S. However, there was somebody, or maybe is somebody, I don't know if they're still alive, with the, well, basically the same last name, White House. But yeah, and so unfortunately, I couldn't really give more on that. But yeah, that song, it stays true to its word. It does state like three different people that they have beef with, that have done wrong, I guess. But yeah, then I don't know if there was an alternate title for that one. Not that I know of, unfortunately. But yeah, and then it goes into Pigs on the Wing Part 2, um, which, yeah, I can't remember if it's You Know That I Care or If You Didn't Care. But yeah, and so that's animals for you. Um, and it might also be, I think, maybe a nod to, I believe it was George Orwell's Animal Farm. But there's no real proof to back that up besides, the names of animals in this album. And, well, I guess the pigs were kind of at the top in Animal Farm, so could be some good evidence there as a little nod to that book. But yeah, unfortunately, I think I'm gonna have to let you take another little nap here because after the album Animals, 2 years later came The Wall in 1979, also accompanied by a movie. But we'll have to get to that next time that after your little nap here, because I feel like I would be keeping you up way too long with trying to talk about all that. But yeah, you have a good little nap there, and I hope you'll be ready for the breaks that are The Wall. But yeah, sleep well, Cooper.